Okay. Tuli Martins betunana. We project manager, we vision coordinator, we management committee member, as well as a founder of an organization. Based eGansbaai, Western Cape, Masakane. Since ke behlala apha eHermanus yonke leminyaka, but wamuva to eGansbaai. So there is a lot engayithethanga ku-intro is because ndifuna uba uzova what she's going to say about ezi zinto, but she's wearing caps ezininzi nangona ke today kanxibanga cap, but ke
namhlanje this is what I'm wearing namhlanje. Actually, let me just this is what I'm wearing. I'm wearing headsets tonight.
Oh,
nothing, no caps here, no hats, nothing. I'm just wearing headsets, and I'm on a radio station, and I'm being interviewed, and I'm trying to be as less nervous as possible, because hey, nerves is guys. I realize I'm a very nervous person.
And it doesn't come across. You don't come across as umdoba nervous. Like energy onayo. Every time, even when you meet strangers, I mean, you are just that bubbly person, communicative. We don't use talkative anymore. Communicative, but and friendly. So it's not easy to see you go to nervous.
No, it's not. Sometimes you will never see that I was nervous until I tell you that, actually, I'm very nervous right now.
Oh, siyafana.
Instead ngathi nguyongenza omunye umuntu nervous kanti kwayena ngaphakathi.
No. To prove to you my nerves, ne? So since 2012, ne, I've been trying to pass a driver's license. Ne? Namhlanje, guys, it's 2022. It's the 25th of February, and I went to test for my driver's license today again. And you know what? The nerves got the better of me. So that's how nervous I can get. So if you out there are thinking, no, Tuli has life all intact, there's nothing that she can do wrong. There's nothing that she can fail. No. Don't put me on that pedestal. I can get very nervous. I'm just as human as everyone. It's just I have a very unique talent of speaking. So I can talk. I can talk my way into anything and out of anything.
Anything. Anything.
And talking about talking, you've done a lot of talking on this same radio station.
Yes.
Between 2017 and 2018, we did a lot of shows together, co-hosting this show. And then you had to move to eGansbaai.
Yeah.
But I must say, I enjoyed every single one of them. It's you were challenging me to be a better person, and I must say, through that experience, I really learned a lot, and I grew. I must say.
But this is the first time I'm hearing this. So Tony, it's the first time I'm hearing this. So I need to just get flattered for a minute.
Mina bebengitshelile.
Come on,
so kuchela wena before me. Oh, okay, no, it's cool. But you know what? It's cool. It's cool. Thank you very much, Dimo, and I like what you've done with the show. I like the podcast that you've put on YouTube. They are really, really professional, and I just love the interviews. I watched a couple of them when you released them. I was like, this, and I saw the new studio. I was like, this is state of the art. I need to get into that studio somehow. And then luckily he texts me another day. He says, do you want to come to the show and we can interview you on your career and how you doing, And I was like, well, I've been wanting to go into the studio, so I'm gonna do that. This was last year already, but then it got very busy towards the end of year last year, and so I couldn't come at that time. So today's, I think, is the best time that I could have come, because this is one of those amazing weeks I'm having. I mean, failing a driver's license, that's one of the amazing things that happened for me, just failing it again, that's amazing. It says to me, okay, Tuli, how much more failure can you take when it comes to this driver's license? Let's see if you're going to do this again. What are you going to do? Are you going to go and mope and cry about it and just stop doing it again? I'm like, no. In fact, I wanted to go and book again. But I couldn't because it was already late. It was closed because I had the test at 3:00 in the afternoon. So when I got into the station, it's like, no, actually, you can come tomorrow. I'm like, oh, tomorrow's Saturday. They're like, no, we open up until at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Traffic department is open again. So, okay, traffic department is open on a Saturday these days. That's nice to know.
Yeah, so, I think they open once. I can't remember the schedule, but I think once every month or so, twice or something. Yeah.
So we're gonna do this again.
Yes.
Are you gonna do this again? So now, so now my learners is expired. So I need to go study for my learners, and then go and practice for my driver's license. Now I must choose between code 8 and code 10. You see, so
I suggest code 8 because I'm a code 8 driver, and I think code 8 drivers are the best drivers compared to code 10. Best in terms of parking, because if you are a code 8 driver, you know there's a lot of parking that you have to do left and right. So yeah, when it comes to parking, I think we take the lead.
Yeah, I did the code 8, and let me tell you that parallel parking. And let me tell you, no, it has nothing to do with the station or the traffic officer or anything. At any of the times that I passed my driver's license, it had nothing to do with the officers. The officers were always nice and kind to me.
No. When you took your test, not when you passed.
No. Well, in my head, I've passed this thing 1,000 times, and then like it's just like I need to get the formalities, the whole thing, But I've passed it, man.
I'm sorry.
In my head, allow me to have passed it in my head. Just allow me with that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So yes, that's what's been up. So guys, don't give up. If you are going to go to the
traffic
department for your test, do go and make your test, and if you fail, try again. That's what I'm gonna do after I don't know how many attempts it's been though. I have no idea.
It's I think a lot of people from Ekasi always think that it's only Ekasi people that fail. Trust me, go there. You'll see that even when it comes to learner's licenses, people from all walks of life, all races, they fail. You know what I'm saying? It's a human thing. It's not really. There's nothing else. It's a human thing. If it's
failure.
not,
failure is a thing.
Go
guys.
try again till you are ready, till you are competent.
Yep.
Because another thing about driving, without taking too much time talking about driving, because we've got a lot to talk about. It's that it's very important that when you get that driver's license, because you are going to be dealing with other people's lives, including yours, driving this machine called a car, operating this, machinery. So it's very important that you behind the seat, behind the wheel, you know exactly what you are doing. Yeah. Remember earlier we were discussing the issue of circles versus four-way stops and things like that. So it's very important that you know what you are doing. I always tell my mom, I'm like, you see that car over there? They were not supposed to do that. My mom is like, how do you know all this? I'm like, I made sure that since 2006, since I passed mine in 2006, I made sure that I don't forget, because it's something I have to know on a daily basis. Whether you're in Cape Town or you're driving in Joburg, you're driving wherever, you have to know the rules all the time.
Yeah. And people keep asking me, yo, why don't you just buy a cool drink? I'm like, yo, guys, I just...
cool drink, like, and then come kill us then.
Guys, I can't. I'm not going to be confident, though. If I buy a cool drink, I'm not going to have that confidence that, I got my driver's license, No, I won't have it. I can't buy a cool drink. No, sorry. It's okay, guys. Keep your Coca-Cola.
Keep your Coca-Cola. Okay. You left... Hermanus,
yes,
and went to Gansbaai to work with Grootbos Foundation.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
I did. I left.
Tell us about it.
I left Hermanus and went to work with Grootbos Foundation. This is how I left Hermanus. I was written off. Look, guys, I want to paint out to you a picture that you might not have thought of me.
Okay.
So I was written off as a deserter, right? In my workplace where I was working, because of situations that were happening, right? And so after me being written off as a deserter, Grootbos Foundation had presentations, the workshops, which are currently, I think they closed today, actually, it's the 25th today. So entrepreneurship, where you apply for business funding and you go and attend workshops for 3 days, and then you go and do a presentation, and then they select your business. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't, And so I did that. I went and attended the workshop. My mother actually had applied for the business funding in the entrepreneurship program of Grootbos Foundation. and then I had to attend on her behalf because she was working in Cape Town. And so I went and I attended the workshops, and then I did the presentation. And when I was doing the presentation, the director and everyone said, actually, you know what, come and work for us, actually. Come and work for us. You know what I presented there? My mother's going to kill me now that I'm going to announce it to the world what I actually presented. She wanted a cleaning business. So I went and presented an ice cream shop because I was going to start an ice cream shop.
Oh, so you guys were supposed to be partners.
And I was thinking to myself, what I know about cleaning businesses is not my passion. I'd rather sell ice cream than...
Yeah.
Wait,
But
you and your mother, because I want to get this right. Your mom sent you as a representative of your company, the two of you.
Yes, but there
So
was no business plan. There was no research to it, you know.
Right.
And then
So
like,
the
I
idea was
like,
to
yeah.
get, the idea
So
was
I had to,
a cleaning service.
Cleaning service.
And you get there, you present the
Ice cream.
The ice cream.
Ice cream makes
business.
people happy, man. I just wanted to make people happy. So
Wow.
I was
Hey, man.
yeah. So, but then my ice cream business, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't get the funding, but like I got to work with the one of the most influential organizations in this area.
Yes,
you know,
in the Overstrand.
in the Overstrand. I mean, Grootbos Foundation is one of the most impactful. I'm not saying that because they employ me and they paid my salary today. No, I'm not.
Untando that
Yeah.
we talked to earlier.
Yes.
He's also, he has an interview on our podcast, Ziyakhipha6to8 podcast on YouTube. Check him out. He's also one of the beneficiaries of that same program. So they work.
Yeah, they do.
We do have others in our township that are benefiting from Grootbos.
Yes.
So how did you then get involved with the ECD program that they are running?
So the ECD program, this is what happened. So I was working when I arrived. I worked at the reception at the private nature reserve. So I was at the lodges as a receptionist. And then I remember it was at the time that there was an advert that said, hello, I'm Tuli, the new receptionist. So I was Tuli and I was the new receptionist. And then...
So you found the advert there.
So the advert was on TV. It was on national TV at the time, And so I was like, okay, this is great that this advert is running right now while I'm the new receptionist.
Nice.
Nice. It was just very nice. So I started as a receptionist, and then so I would always, because then I was going to go and work at the foundation, the NGO, Grootbos Foundation, after some time. So while I was there, because I had been thinking, what is my actual interest? What do I want to do? I thought, okay, cool. Working with children is a very nice thing. And then I'd noticed that elokishini preschools azoyeka kakhulu ncamncam, aziranwa ngendlela efficient sometimes, proper, sometimes abantu abanayo le knowledge ifunekayo to run i-establishment. And so badinga laa mntu uzawuba khona ukuthi abafumane information, akwazi uba guide through i process leyo rana early childhood development, which is a big topic in South Africa since since I don't know which budget speech did the president announce it on. Was it 2018 actually? Yeah, but there was a budget speech that the president had announced ECD.
Okay, I'm not aware of it. Yeah.
So then I thought, okay, cool. I want to go and actually work with the children's program, and so the opportunity opened up, and I ended up working as a manager at one of the centers and sitting in the management committee for another center. So in total, I worked Masakane. Pilokishin. So kukho i-preschool ezi-3 Masakane, Good Hope, Takalani ECD ne Masakane preschool. Yabo. So all of them the NPO registered. So the whole idea was uzinceda zide ziregisterishe no social development, yabo. And so la process, if bangaba any one of you okanye umphulaphuli endlini unayo understanding inde la process, and iyakwazi uba tricky and iyakwazi utyhafisa.
Yes.
True.
I've been there. I know.
Yeah. So sabona ngoku nxa i-DBE ithatha over from DST, because i-DBE izothatha over from DST. So sobona izoba njani ngoku, because funeka kaloku i-health ibe up to...
What's DBE again?
Department of Basic Education. Yeah.
Yes.
So ECD ngokuzofola under Department of Basic Education from April.
Okay.
Yeah. So then so where was I?
We're talking about the process of registering as an NGO.
Yeah. So the process of registering Lenogi preschool, ne? First of all, health and safety be on par. You understand?
So that you can receive a certificate.
When the lose of money certificate, health inspector, ne? So if bangabone cleaning chemicals payana funeka zibe sendaweni safe and then ubonakala ubeka isign echoyo payana and then iti ixwe phezukoko, you know, echoyo ba hey lena hazardous ezinto zilapha yabo. So fire
extinguisher,
so fire clearance no fire inspector funeka yonke into ye-fire ibe on par. Bazawuphuma ngokwabo bazojonga lento. So mna bendingulo muntu ke ngoku oliyezayo nezi different entities that preschools must work with.
I see.
So that's what I was doing payana, ne? And then also it didn't limit me to that. You know, that's one thing about working for the Grootbos Foundation is that you're not limited to only doing one thing, you know. If bangaba you needed somewhere else, you get to go there also, you know, go and step in there and help out, you know. It also just opens up your view and your world of expertise, you know, to different things, isn't the guy. And so then I did that. I worked as a manager for this center and then I went to project manage ECD for about 3 years. So
managing ECD, very, very a very hard thing to do.
It's a hard thing to do, especially NPOs as a location in NPO registered preschools as a location because they run by committee. Committee yamazali, you know.
Who abaphangelayo.
Abazali bayaphangela, guys. And then sometimes abazali abanalo ixesha lo jonga incwadi zesikolo uprincipal uyawazi umsebenzi wakhe uprincipal
akayenza imali
uprincipal akayiki imali uprincipal, you know. Yes. So sometimes abanalo ixesha, so most of the time ufumanisa ukuthi yo ilento ki preschool ayikwazi ncamncam you know ukulendoka ude ime as it should, because committee is not as strong and active, not because abafuni but because bazoqala ngapi, you know, bazoqala ngapi. So that's where we come in. Then ngoku fumanisa ukuthi okay, we have to just fill the gaps apho sikwazi khona sikwazi ude sifumane le preschool ibe ku standard efuneke ibe kuso.
And you come in as a young person dealing nabantu abadala, you find out ukuthi principal might even be older than your mom or same age as your mom, and then some of the teachers and so on. So wasn't that a challenge for you?
Yo.
Having to convince.
Well, you know, I'm live on Facebook.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, they're just hearing the voices.
They're just hearing the voices.
We sorry, we have one camera. Yeah. Dumela mo Facebook wa Tuli.
Okay, cool. Tony. All right. So you're saying no, working with people who are older than me, I can't get challenging cool actually.
Okay.
I'll say this. I'll tell you why. Because when I arrived there, the ECDs needed the support and they understood that.
Oh.
I arrived
at the right time. They need help.
We need this help, and therefore we're actually grateful that you are here. You know, so I arrived at a very good time. You know, and also it's not about you know, who are power hungry. You understand? You see, who trying to
block
this
you.
Is my preschool. You know, what are you doing here? You know, no. They're not. They were never. They're not those.
Because one of the challenges with the preschools is that because this struggling mother started it by herself and got maybe some neighbors to help out, and then in the end it got registered.
Yes.
She feels so much that this is mine, but now not understanding that this is when it becomes an NGO. It's no longer mine.
Yes.
It's a community thing, and therefore decision making now has to be something that's done by many people, more than one. Hence, the department will only give you funding when they know that if we send money, there are more people to make decisions than one.
Yeah.
So I realized that most of the people don't understand that. And they still want to treat it as mine, even though now there's a committee behind.
Yes.
Yeah. You wanted to ask him?
Oh, yeah, bengizwa umethi so bengifuna understand ukuthi xa usiya kwezi creche uhamba uyi-one from your organization, are we maybe with some of your mates maybe abakuncedisayo?
My mates. I work with my team, yes, Grootbos Foundation. Ne? So I have somebody I report to, you know.
Yeah.
And then I have I've recently have Olwetu, who is now also taking over from me. You see, because I am now going to add more to my plate, because that's what I do. So I'm gonna take on another role in the organization. So between the reserve and the foundation, you know, so I'm there, and it's a developing role, which I'm very excited for. You know, but there's always support though. There is always support. It doesn't matter what we're a team that just likes to work with each other, really, more than anything. We enjoy to share ideas, you know. And guys, we are full of ideas. Sometimes our head has to just like say, hi, wait, guys, in a very nice way. Just like, hey, wait, Tuli, yeah, that's a lot of ideas, but you know what, let's just tone it down for a minute. Because, yeah, and it's nice to work with an organization that's so experienced in the work that they do. You know, like our team is really, really in it for the win, you know, for the win of hearts and for the win of changing lives, you know, of adding value to people's lives. So we have a sports program, the Football Foundation, and then, you know, it's also supported by the Premier League, and then we have and many others, you know, and then we have the community aspect, where there's food security. You know, we've got graduate agriculturists and horticulturists who are running the show, and it's nice to see that they are black people also.
That's why I saw you hugging pumpkins and stuff. Okay.
Giant pumpkins. There's gonna be a giant pumpkin competition coming up soon. That's gonna be amazing. That's gonna be really nice.
Okay.
So conservation. That's another big thing that Grootbos stands for. You know, so it's really amazing. And what's always inspired me is that there are black people in these professions that, you know, you wouldn't normally expect, like, you know, a black person to be in this profession, but that's what you find, and they are good at what they do. Big ups to all of you guys. Big ups. If you're listening, I'm blowing your trumpet.
Okay, hold up. Tuli, you mentioned into Bana. You got into the opportunity with the foundation, and then wafunda lukhulu and so on. But I'm interested to know ukuthi when at the time uba joiner, i-background yakho ibisithini in terms of mhlambi education and experience and into ezinjalo, because I believe ukuthi somehow there are things that must have worked for you ukuze ukwazi ukuthi fit into the foundation.
Yes, I'm glad you actually asked that question, because in most of the time sinabantu abafundileyo that struggle to find the employment, and then, you know, and then they undermine themselves, because when they look at statements zabo zasesikolweni or transcripts zabo zaseyunivesithi, they feel like yo ubani uzongiqasha ne-transcript enje, high school certificate maluso nje. No, actually, guys, yazi mna, I think we met high school mna bendingo 39% mathematics. That's my mathematics, ne?
Okay.
But of course, but lapasa ngobi nangene UWC, University of the Western Cape, lenza BA degree in communications and tourism as my majors. So that I did for about, it's a 3-year degree, ne? And now we're going to get back to that failing, you know. So I dragged a couple of modules for 6 years, you know. So a 3-year degree took me 6 years to complete, you know. And I didn't give up. No. I had the luxury of having a support system, and also I knew why I was studying. I was like, I have to finish this because I really need to have this on my back. You know, I mean, I degree. I don't take it for granted, but it's also I and the tati as if it decide a young kind. You know, some things and eating no mention what in the degree. It's just me talking and explaining by background yam ET and and then I get in there. Mdo took it later on by and I net degree. Oh, okay. You know, so sometimes it's speaking about what you actually are passionate about and what you want to achieve with your life. Actually have a vision for your life, actually see yourself achieving certain things. So then when I left high school, I worked at a shoe shop in town. Yes, I worked at a shoe shop in town, and let me tell you, I mean, that's one of the jobs that I'd probably like, oh, no, I'll never do that again. You know, you know,
Yeah.
but I did it. You know, at that time I did it. You know, I did it, and I was like, I was fine. And then the next year I went to UWC and I studied, and then I came back, and then I went and I worked at the tourism office. You know, because I had already built a relationship while I was in high school with the tourism office here in Amanis. You know, then I worked with the tourism office. I was that person that would go to the office every day after school, just to go and greet the people there, meet the whale crier, take some phone calls and answer some queries that the tourists have. You know, everybody be like, what's this high school child doing in this office? You know, I'm there helping people.
Without any payment.
Without any payment, you know.
Gaining experience.
Just gaining experience.
And
you know?
connecting,
and
networking.
networking and connecting, and I was enjoying it. And at the time, I actually didn't register that what I was doing was helping myself. You know, I didn't register it. It just came to me. You know, it just came to me that, well, just go there, just do it and enjoy it. And so I did, and I enjoyed it. And then at the end of the year, I was recommended to come and work there. Oh, okay, cool. Wow, I'm gonna work here. And I held that December job every time I came back from Eva City. And then they recommended me to another big tourism company in town. You know, I don't know if you know Clinton Laram, but yeah. So I worked for his company for a while. You know, and then it was a very long while actually, up until I got into my third year of varsity, and then he had me working for him permanently in Cape Town, and then I was working there permanently in Cape Town. I was in
another branch.
In another branch, you know, another branch, and I was just enjoying my life at the time. You know, I was enjoying my life up until I got to a point where I think I was hitting depression. You know,
Okay.
I was studying and working at the same time. I think I was hitting depression when I decided, no, I'm not going to work now. I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to focus on studying. You know, and then I moved closer to Esquela. You know,
Do you think you were getting depressed by the amount of work?
It was the work, it was the traveling, it was the financial aspect of it, it was the transport system in Cape Town. It was just a lot of things. Then I'd be late for work, and I'm just like,
So
you know, if you had a driver's license, you wouldn't be in this situation. So I just like kicked myself, you know, over it, and then I got to a point where I'm just like, no, this isn't working. You know, this is not working.
My slow self, I just want you to clarify something so that I don't get it wrong. What you included traveling. I want to make sure that I'm not getting it wrong. Traveling as in having to travel back and forth from work, from home to work, place of residence to work. Okay, not the other traveling.
No.
Because somebody might be asking, like, how can you be, depressed by traveling?
No, I wasn't. It wasn't leisure. You know, being your
I see.
leisure. You know, bendifunda ne, di sebenza and di lendo di so ndiyafunda ndiyasebenza and ndihlale town somewhere. Yabo. And then so it's just
Move too much.
Too much, you know, and then my day is very limited during the day, so I don't have time, you know, and I don't have time for myself. And it was everyday work, you know. It was just
Because you must be early kuzo zonke
and I must
izindawo.
be early kuzo zonke izindawo, and I got to a point where I was just like, no, Tuli, no, don't do this to yourself. Yeah, so then
you quit?
So then I quit. I quit after I read a book, actually. I read a book. I read that book in one day. Ne? I read Paulo Coelho's Alchemist. Ne? And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna quit. I'm quitting because it's not healthy for me. This isn't healthy. I can't do this. I can't keep doing this. So I did. I quit, and then after quitting, I went to I went hiking. I went from work and I hiked Table Mountain by myself.
Wow. Oof.
Yeah. I went from one end of Table Mountain to the other.
How safe is that?
So Constantia Neck, I didn't think about how safe that was. Son, I didn't. I was just like, yeah, I'm exhausted, bro. I'm exhausted. I need to go do something. I need to go do something stupid and crazy. And so I was like, okay, cool. Constantia Neck is right here. I'm just going to go in here and just hike the mountain. So I followed the mountain trail and I went up but there by Rose Memorial. So I went up that side. So beautiful waterfalls, everything, you know. Then I went up the mountain, got up there. So I saw all different things. You know, I saw houses on top of Table Mountain. I was like, yo. And then I saw a dam, and I saw football field, and then I went down on the other side. You know, I went down in Kemps Bay. Then I went to Kloofneck because I was living in Boerkup. So it was close to home by the time I got to Kloofneck. I just went home. So my whole point here is that, guys, when you feel like things are too much for you, let it go. Just let it go. I was thinking about, rent. What am I going to do about rent? What am I going to do about this? And then I was like, you know what? You'll deal with it. You will deal with it. Just leave this thing now that's making you uncomfortable and that's leading you to depression. Just stop it. Just go. And then eventually I moved back to close to the res, close to UWC, and I finished off that year. And then I came back to Hermanus and worked for another tourism company. And then, mind you, every single company I've worked with, the leaders have been compassionate. The leaders of those companies, the people who had that vision, they were always compassionate, and I've been lucky to always be able to access the actual leader, the actual founder of a company.
Not the middle person.
No, not the middle person. No.
Like you talk to the owner, the founder, whoever is in charge, the person that's running this.
And normally I report to that person, you know, like or the director if it's not just the person just beneath them, you know. So I've had that.
That's privilege. I'm not in a bad way, because what I'm trying to say is that you then get to understand the company. From the horse's mouth.
Yes.
You understand the vision.
Yes.
You understand the owner himself or herself.
Yes.
Am I correct?
You're correct. You're correct.
Correct her power. I think she used the wrong word for ulaki. I think it has to do with your qualities as well. Because
yeah.
And then for you to have access, I believe,
to be allowed that space.
But they never do such.
Yes. Yeah. So sometimes I don't know what kind of qualities I actually possess. You know, I really don't know sometimes, and sometimes I underestimate and undermine myself a lot. I'm not lying when I say this. I underestimate myself and I undermine myself a lot. A lot. You know, I criticize myself. I'll get to my house and I'll think of my day and what I had planned and how I achieved it or did not achieve it, and then I will scratch out things that, you know, happen and whatnot and what. So I'm a person that likes to work on myself. You know, because I can only produce the best results for my company if me, myself, I'm in a good space. Yes. You know, if I'm not in a good space, then everyone I work with suffers. You know, you know, if I'm not in a good space, then everyone in that's what I've noticed about me, even in my house. You know, if I'm not in a good mood, then I'd rather go and sleep or just go watch motivational videos or watch some tarot reading, you know, just to get my head off of things, you know, read a book, you know.
This is the thing about you. And I remember, you know, during that period when we worked together, because we always hung out, talked about things. You'd show me things in your room. the map, this road map, that Tuli would have things on the wall, like she would have plans on the wall, like on the wall, like, and then she could run you through it. Anytime you enter a room, you'd see the plan. Like the plan is to start from here, get here, achieve this, achieve that. And I believe it comes from someone who trusts themselves, but at the same time would have moments like exactly when you explained, Guti, you doubt yourself. And I would be there like, but stop confusing me, because I look at you and I'm like, hey man, you got what it takes. Now, to highlight this, that you are very capable, you are now a ward committee member of Ward 2 in Gansbaai.
Yes, I am.
Jeez. We just don't have the bells in here. Like we don't have anything to make noise right now. Like, make some noise.
You know how that happened, hey? So last year, I'm approached, by some people in my community. And they say, Tuli, we need somebody who's going to stand for us in the ward committee, on behalf of children. And we think you're it. I'm like, what? In the ward committee? Is that a political space? I don't want a political space, Because then, I'm like, there you go. Like, sometimes I feel like I could make the best president this country ever made, But like, but then also I'm like, how do you escape politics? What committee? So yes, I did, and I was elected, and so I sit there. And then this year, I attended 2 public meetings. So one is a Masakane. And one is
in your hood.
Yes, in my hood, in my hood. One is a Masakane, and one is a town, at the tourism, just beneath the tourism center. So A1, area manager and the councillors, but the our ward councillor wasn't there. She wasn't feeling well, unfortunately. Okay. And then we Landoga a town. It was the mayor. The mayor and her crew, her councillors,
Overstrand mayor.
The Overstrand mayor, Dr. Annalie
Rabi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you, my experience there. Right? Now I have to talk about my experience there with the mayor, guys. I can't not talk about this experience. So I walk into this ward committee. No, not a ward, a community meeting. Ne? Mm-hmm. So when I get in there, I'm like 5 minutes late, because I was at work and I had to go and get ready, but I couldn't get ready because I realized, okay, I'm not gonna make the time because I'm not driving. So I'm like, I wasn't running. I was like, at the meeting, I get me a kiddies chair because I stand for the children. So I got me a kiddies chair, and I sit there, and then I'm listening there now. So now I'm listening to the mayor, and I get there. I'm like, in the first 5 minutes, the mayor is talking so nicely. Like the mayor's like just so bubbly, and she's like, yes, I'm not today. I'm a very she said something, man. I can't recall now what she said, but she said, yeah, today I'm like your MC, I'm like, but she was saying it's such a bubbly energy, so she had this energy about her, like I was like, okay, this is gonna be a progressive meeting, I was like, okay, all right. And I was like, okay, wait, what's going on now? So the ladies next to me here, they say to me, wait, Tuli, we don't understand what she's saying, because she's now started talking about the issues that were raised to her by Gansbaai community. Mm-hmm. And so when I look to my side, the ladies say to me, the ladies from Emasakane, but Afrikaans, we don't understand Afrikaans, So I'm like, oh, okay. So I go and I ask the tourism center manager, she's not organized, she's not part of the whole, council and everything. But I go and ask her in any case, whether, the meeting is going to be translated, Mm-hmm. And so she says, she says, no, it's not going to be translated. I'm like, is it possible then that it could be done in English for most of the time? You know, she says, no. She points to the mic. So the area manager has the mic, you know, and then so I go and I ask him, can you ask the mayor to speak in English for most of the time? To have the meeting in English for most of the time. He looks at me and he says, you can ask her. I can give you the mic. Just raise your hand. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So I raise my hand.
Public platform. speech time.
I'm like, look, it's full. Like, it's full in the hall, and there's the mayor standing there, and I'm raising my hand, and then she looks at me, and then she says, sir. I'm like, yo. She says, sir, wait, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
You know, I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And then I'm like, oh, I'm calm, you know, and she's like, oh, okay. All right. So and then she says, and then she finishes talking, ne? and then she comes. She says, "Okay, now speak." And I speak and I say, "Sir," and I say, "Ma'am." Yeah. I introduce myself, you know, and then I ask her nicely, you know, "Can you please do most of this meeting in English for those that don't understand at the back?" And then,
which is hectic because
you know,
we have a mixed community here.
Yeah,
African speaking, English speaking, Xhosa speaking. Some Xhosa speaking don't understand English. Some English speaking don't understand Africans. And, hey,
you know.
So when you are a mayor,
she says to me, "You were late," and then if you were early, you would have heard that this meeting is gonna be. I'm going to do the meeting in English for most of the time and with a bit of Afrikaans, but people can ask me questions in their own language, and she going on, and I'm thinking to myself, but you just like went over some very important points in Afrikaans, and they are very critical points of the meeting, and that group didn't understand a thing you were saying about it. That's what I'm thinking to myself, you know. And then I stopped, and then she was shouting at this point, you know. She wasn't like very civil about it, you know. She was like just shouting, and I'm just like,
maybe she was nervous as well,
like, of what?
She's a mayor, and everybody's expecting, you know, miracles, and everybody needs her attention. So you can imagine.
No, I'm asking you calmly. Can you please do this? I'm expecting you to respond to me calmly.
Those meetings are hectic, eh?
But
I'm not defending the mayor.
We're just starting the meeting. We are just starting the meeting, you know? We just starting the meeting. Okay, and then now, as I'm standing there after this interaction between me and her, there's two other gents, you know, in the crowd there, you know, and they speaking Afrikaans, and they speaking to the mayor, and the mayor is shouting back, and they shouting at him, and they shouting back, you know. So it's this shouting back and forth between the mayor and the people. And I'm standing there looking at it. I'm like, I'm just gonna go actually, because like actually I just left. I left the meeting like 15 minutes into the meeting. Like I left, man. I left. I was like, no. I just think that there's a way that we need to look at communication in community meetings or any other meetings generally, you know, guys. I think we must also acknowledge, you know, that some situations are tough, but if you are put in a position to lead, see me, with all the experience I had of the leaders that I have had in big organizations, you know, they've always had compassion. I didn't feel that from the mayor.
I see.
So they've always had compassion. They've always had, you know, a way of approaching things, you know, not so bluntly and just like, it's just, I don't have the words for it, you know. So I expect that caliber of leadership, you know. So when I'm getting I'm feeling like, where am I here? Like, where am I? Like this is the Overstrand. This is one of the most respected towns, most appreciated areas. But that's the person we chose to be our mayor. People come here to relax. I don't think the staff in that municipality is relaxed. But okay, I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay. Yo, time is not on our side. Time is not on our side. Ubomi Obuhle Organization for
Yes.
Children and Youth, which you are a founder of. Just quickly wrap it up and let us know what you do there.
Okay, so Ubomi Obuhle organization is it's an organization that I'd been playing around back in the day. So about 5 years ago, I decided that I want an NGO of my own. So I've been writing and putting together what it would do, what it will look like, and then when I was approached to actually register an organization, I thought, well, if I can grow this organization with a community, from grassroots with the community, and it be beneficial in this manner, for children especially, then it would be amazing, And so I went and I spoke to, and so I went back to my plans when they came and approached me about an organization, and I thought, okay, cool, let me do something that I have a background knowledge of,
Okay.
So I went and said, okay, Ubomi Obuhle is going to be it, and we're going to register that organization as in the council, to actually drive a community initiative from grassroots.
Wow, big things.
Yeah, it's actually a big thing because it doesn't grow overnight. I've got to make sure also that it's not run by me, it's run by the community.
Okay.
You understand? It stands for the community. It's a community thing, So that's been me and my career, guys. So my failures have been my failures, and I hope that your failures will be your failures, Mpulapuli. And they must only give you teaching moments. The teaching moments, the failures, guys. Ninga you got this. Wherever you are, eskolweni, noba uphi apho ukhoyo, know that you've got this, and if at any point you need to talk to people, call the people that you trust and talk to them and let them know what is wrong, what is eating you, so that you don't fall into a trap that I almost fell into back in the day when I was in school and working at the same time, So be fabulous, guys. And also, you have to work from a point of passion and compassion. Okay?
Great stuff.
And be fabulous.
All right. Tuli Martins.
Mina before siphume ne bengisazobuza ukuthi kuthi xa kunconywa umuntu oyindoda sometimes kuthiwe behind la ndoda there is like a great woman ne, so bengizobuza ukuthi kuwe cause yonke lento engizwayo is greatness, uba who is that person who is source of inspiration ku ukuthi nama kunzima always they have your back, that person?
My mother. Yes. My mother. We don't always get along, let me tell you that. I'll tell you that. And that's why she's that source. Because there's things that I want to prove wrong, and that's I'm gonna put it out there like that. There are things that I want to prove wrong, and there are things that I want to achieve for myself. So that's just it.
She gives you that petrol.
She give me that fuel.
All right, Tuli, thank you so much. Till next time.
Till next time.